Over the past decade, as a global security analyst, one of the clearest realities that I've been observing specific to Nigeria is the staggering complexity of its security crisis. What outsiders often miss is that the violence in that country perpetrated by Boko Haram, by the so-called bandits, the armed herders groups, is not driven by solely religious motives. Instead, these groups are engaged in, what's clearly widespread raiding, mass abductions, and targeted attacks that impact civilians across Nigeria's vast territory, in my opinion, regardless of whether their victims are Christians, Muslims, or belong to any other community and religious group. Now, Boko Haram and its offshoots, like ISWAP, have indeed targeted churches and mosques, but most of their atrocities, from suicide bombing to highway kidnappings, are indiscriminate. They're resulting in a lot of suffering for entire communities. And similarly, the wave of banditry and armed herder farmer conflicts in the north and the central belts stems from a toxic mix of land competition, state failure, organized crime, climate stress, not a single-minded agenda of religious prosecution. So the hard numbers tell a crazy story, right? Thousands are killed every year, more than a million displaced, and over 7 million in need of urgent humanitarian assistance in 2025 alone. Attacks by these armed groups have taken the lives of children, women, elderly, and imams and pastors alike, often within the same communities. Now, even Nigeria's own Human Rights Commission and the United Nations agencies have clearly warned that the violence is rooted in complex overlapping factors that include ethnic, economic, territorial, and criminal. Farmer-herder violence, in particular, is often painted outside the region as religious. But on the ground, trust me, it's more about survival. It's more about competition for shrinking resources.